I think it's best if this episode serves as an introduction as to what this series is all about, starting with the question, what is the public domain? If a creative work is in the public domain, it means that the owner didn't or can't place copyright on it, or the copyright has simply run out. This means that the public technically owns this work. And that's all for today. Nah, just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. But there is more. Due to it being in the public domain, me and you technically both own Billy the Kid vs. Dracula, and that is a connection like no other. If a movie's in the public domain, it can be published, distributed, or released in any way without any restrictions. Movies in the public domain are often released in multiple different low-quality versions, especially in the days of VHS. You end up seeing a lot of these really cheap 20, 50, and 100 movie packs, and DVDs with terrible VHS rips of the movie, and colorful, cheesy cover art by companies like Alpha Video. My Alpha Video release of Gamera vs. Barugon is for some reason called War of the Monsters, and has this artwork that came straight from Microsoft Paint. It also has the video quality of a VHS tape left in the sun for 10 years, buried in the sand, dug up, and recorded on a Nokia phone. Ah yes, 20 Alfred Hitchcock classics. Classics such as The Skin Game? Yeah, okay. Anyway, back to my original point. In the early days of VHS, watching movies at home was a relatively new idea. Blockbuster after blockbuster was being released on VHS straight out of the theaters. At least that's how it started. Companies started realizing they had all these movies from the 20s, 30s, 40s, and anything else pre-VHS that was just sitting in vaults collecting dust, never to be seen again. Thus, the dollar movie bin was invented. Either that or people were really begging for Billy the Kid vs. Dracula to be released, but for some reason I doubt that. I know I would have been begging for it to be released, though. And I know not a single person asked for Ghost on the Loose at home. Movie's bad, man. A good majority of these movies being pumped out were public domain movies, and what this series will focus on specifically, public domain horror movies. Some of these horror movies that are public domain are classics like Phantom of the Opera, some are still chilling today like Night of the Living Dead or Nosferatu, and some are terrible like Ghost on the Loose. Most of these really bad movies are just pure fun to watch. You can't tell me you don't look at the poster for the Wasp Woman and at least go, huh. For whatever reason, public domain horror movies seem to be interesting in their own ways. Whether they're so bad it's good, or just bad or just good, there's always some way you can have fun with them. And I want to have some fun with them. So gather around the StoryFire, and let's have some fun.